Hello and welcome back to Square One Games. My name is Exonovant and this is my Call of Duty World War II Veteran Difficulty Personal Play. The first thing you want to do, guys, is run behind this tank. Stay crouched, keep pushing along with the tank until it makes a turn. When it makes this left-hand turn, or it's not really a full turn, it's more of a slant, then you push to the left-hand side of the tank. The reason why you want to do that is because that's going to keep you protected from the two enemies that are, or actually three enemies that are up in the guard tower. They won't be able to shoot you because they won't have an angle. Not only that, but all the enemies that are on your left-hand side up in the kind of the cliffs there to my left where we are right now, your teammates will clear all those enemies out for you, and you shouldn't take any damage from them either because they're going to be so preoccupied with your teammates. It's a great way to get to that entire first section kind of unscathed. And when you get here, go ahead and kill the two guys that are at the top. I don't think you can kill the dude that's in the window. Like I'll point to him here in a second for you. See that dude? I don't think you can kill that guy. Maybe you can. If you can, go ahead and do that because it's just one less dude you got to kill later on. But you really only have to worry about killing the two guys up top. Pop you some smoke right here. Wait till it goes off, and then you want to make your push all the way to the vehicle. I popped another smoke there just for safety. Get right here. Now the reason why you want to do this is because you don't want to take any damage. Now if you're doing the personal play challenge like I am, this is great because this damage doesn't count toward the challenge. But even if you're not doing that, you still want to be right here. It's a great way to take out these enemies really quick, and you won't have to be inching up and trying to move slow and get cover and all that kind of stuff. This vehicle has plenty of health, so you can take out all these enemies. And I'm trying to, that's me shooting at the window because I had done this so many times and I had taken player damage. I got so annoyed at that guy trying to shoot me that I just started shooting at the window for no reason. It is possible to kill that guy. He's the one putting damage on me now. But I'm just worried about the dudes on bottom because once you kill all of the dudes on the bottom, then you push on up and you reach a checkpoint anyway. Now, taking these areas is a little bit tricky. Not difficult, but very tricky. You got to work your angles and you got to pop your grenades. You can bounce them off the ceiling like you saw me do there so they drop straight down. Make sure you cook them though, because you don't want the enemy to flash around the corner and shoot you while you're waiting for the grenade to go off. Does that make sense? And there's always going to be multiple levels of these. This middle area didn't have any enemies, but definitely going to have some enemies up top. And I was super nervous going through here because I was like, God, if I take any damage, I got to do the whole tower sequence over again. So I'm probably tossing too many grenades here, and you'll even see this. I don't even kill everybody. There's one guy left and I can hear him. I try to get him right here, but I think I still miss. I want to say that he's still up here. And now I'm just listening in my headset. Oh no, I was able to get him. I think it's the next guard tower where I don't connect with him, and I actually like to go up there and shoot him with my gun, which is so scary when you're doing no player damage. This bridge sequence is tricky. It's very easy to get shot from multiple angles. There's going to be some guys up top once we get near the end of this bridge that are going to be able to shoot you from some crazy angles. So just make sure you're paying close attention to where I'm going and the cover that I'm using. You can also use your teammate. You guys know you can pop that smoke grenade. It's a green smoke grenade, and there'll be like an artillery strike. You can also use that to your advantage. I think I do that in this clip. I want to say that I do that in this clip. But if I don't, make sure that you guys are. And I'm just going to sit back here, and if my teammates will get out of my way so I don't shoot them, this is where you want to kind of be at for this first section and get all your kills. Get some really good angles on these enemies. And you're plenty protected on your left and your front, which is what you're seeing now. So as you kill the enemies on the right and the front of you, then you kind of, scoot to the left, trim them all out, right? Edge them all out, and then as you thin them out, you continue to push around that corner and get different angles. It's a great way to get all those kills while remaining safe. And I know at this point that I want to make a push because I want my teammates out of my way because I was so afraid I was going to shoot them. Anytime you do that, guys, and you're in a linear section like I am right now, like on this bridge, always pop smoke. Unless you just have like great cover directly in front of you because you just don't want to take any damage. If you had some flank routes here, then maybe you wouldn't have to use the smoke, but everybody's just shooting down this long corridor, if you will. So you want to make sure you pop smoke if you want to press forward. And I think right here, when you get far enough up, there's a sequence that happens. It's part of the storyline where they blow the bridge. I want to say it's coming up here soon. Once that happens, you just run. There's no enemies I think there's going to be some enemies shooting at you, but I've never taken damage there before. I think it's just kind of scripted like we had in a previous episode. Yeah, here we go. So they blow the bridge. That's a checkpoint. And now we're just going to go ahead and start running. When you finish that running sequence, you're going to be where I am. I just went ahead and bombed these dudes, smoked them out, because I wanted to press up as far as I could, because I wanted my teammates to be pressing up as far as they could. So I used that initial run sequence to just throw a bunch of smoke grenades, a bunch of bombs, and push up. You saw right there's some gunfire coming from the top. You see that? Very easy to take player damage right here, man, and it happened to me so many times. For you guys, like I said, shouldn't be that big of an issue because you can use your first aid kits, but for moi, it was crazy. Make sure that you're using your teammate's ability, Pearson, to be able to see the enemies. You just saw me do that. It's going to definitely come in handy when we get to the last, I guess it's the second, well actually the second to last sequence and the last sequence of this mission is going to come in extremely handy because there's a lot of smoke and debris. There's a lot of bombs being dropped, so your screen's doing a lot of this, like you got a lot of screen shake happening. It's very hard to pinpoint the enemies in that second to last and last sequence of this mission. Again, just push up super slow, guys. You can see that dude down there. If you go prone, you can see that guy. You get an angle on him. Kill him. And just gonna do this, guys, until we finish this bridge sequence. Then we've got one more. We've got the tower sequence, which is pretty much a duplicate of the previous tower. It's just laid out a little bit different. And then we have the trench, the AA gun, and then the final push to the end, and we're done with this entire game. You guys will be ready to get your Distinguished Service Trophy, as well as all your campaign trophies. And like I said, if any of you guys decided to do the no player damage, let me know in the comments. Let me know if it was hard for you guys. And if you did complete it and you posted it somewhere on YouTube or something, let me know. I like to see you guys run it. Let's see. Oh, now we got the sniper rifle. So now it's on. You guys know my favorite weapon in the game. I'm going to take out all these guys popping RPGs on us. You can see that dude up there. Got a great angle right here. You don't want to make any... you don't want to push until you've thinned out a lot of these enemies because they're kind of bunched up down there. And the last thing you want to do is force yourself down into that area with no place to go. And then everybody's shooting at you from multiple angles, especially from the top. Right now, because I'm pushed so far back, the angles that the enemies have on me from the towers is less. Does that make sense? I have all this structure in front of me that's over my head that's blocking incoming gunfire, right? The more you press forward, though, they'll be shooting right down on top of you. They get more of a tactical advantage. So you just don't want to push up unless you have to. Right there, oh yeah, I did use the artillery strike. Nice. That'll definitely help you clear out all the enemies that are bunched up at the end of the bridge. And I think right here I get a little bit more confident because I'm thinking that most of them are dead. Oh, the reason why you just saw me look to the right there and look back, you're probably wondering why I did that. I don't know what it was about this mission. Well, I know that there's planes flying by, and the only thing I can think of is that the planes are shooting me. But I did take random damage coming through here when I was, practicing it, and I think it came from planes. So if it's possible for you guys to have cover on your front and your right side, I would definitely urge you to do that because I'm pretty sure all the planes come in from the right side. And then if you're just wondering where you're taking damage from, the only thing I can think of is from the planes. I think there's a flamethrower dude down there at the end. I think he's already dead. And then there's going to be some dudes that flash out of the tower. That's what we're waiting on now to kill those dudes. Yep, there they are down there. Again, you can pop out your sniper, get some crazy shots on them. Just got to make sure you don't shoot your teammates. Very possible to shoot your teammates in this area. Even if you're scoped in, man, the dudes will just run right in front of you and then you'll fire and that'll be it. You'll have to restart your checkpoint. Although there's some times where I've shot my teammates before and I don't get a restart checkpoint. So I don't know if it's the gun you're using or the amount of damage you put on them. But I guess I just used to think it was one hit and that was it. But as I'm going back and watching this footage, I have seen me shoot them a couple of times and not have to restart. So you have to take that into account when you run your game. Again, we've got 3 sections right here. I'm going to be using my grenades and my smoke, bouncing them off the ceiling. Make sure that you cook them. You want to make sure that you kill the enemies with the grenade. You don't want them to be running around up here, right? All crazy like. You don't want them popping out from around a corner and just shooting you for no reason. So And make sure also when you throw your grenade, there's some first aid kits, by the way, listen, because you can actually hear them die. If you have a really good pair of headsets, you'll hear them die. And that lets you know that your grenade was successful. Again, just popping it off the ceiling. Because I know there's some dudes up here. I think this is what I was telling you guys about earlier. But it's not this level. I think it's the next level where I had to rise up and shoot a dude that was coming around the corner. I'm just making sure these guys are dead. Just popping out of cover real quick to see if I get any movement. So this is the one. This is the one where I didn't kill the guy. And I was like, oh shoot, I gotta freaking kill this dude. And I was so nervous he was gonna flash around and shoot me, because this is wood right here. So they can shoot through wood. Some of these other levels are not wood, it's concrete, and they can't shoot through it. So it's not as dangerous as the top section. And I thought I got him, but I don't think I did. Yeah, this is the section. Now I'm just firing into nothing because I don't know where he is, and I'm listening. I'm abusing my headset right now because I know he's still not dead. So I push on up, and I think this is where I edge out around the corner, because I edge out around the left, I believe. Yeah, and I see him. Because he's right in front of me on my left, I believe. Right there, yeah. Now, if he'd have shot me right then, I mean, I just would have had to do the tower over again, but I'd have been upset. Because at this point, I had been playing the game for, like, I don't know, probably 14 hours or something at this stage. Now, I played it all day. Okay, so this section right here is tricky. This is the part I was talking about earlier. The screen's going to be shaking. There's going to be smoke everywhere, debris. You've got people with incendiary rounds firing stuff at you. It's just a madhouse. You have to stay on your belly going through here. I would not go for that resupply crate right off the bat. I would do that later if you're curious about, or if you're interested in getting a resupply. This is going to be your biggest problem. Sometimes Pearson will not be here, and you can actually take this little mound and get a really good advantage over the enemies that are in this trench. But you can see me, this fool is all up in my way, and I can't I can't really get up there to get the angle that I need to be able to take. There's two guys. There's one guy down there by that barrel that's on fire, which I was just pointing to. There's another guy kind of up on top of the trench to my right, so I have to come around this angle to get a line of sight on him. It's just crazy, and with Pearson standing right here, it makes it extremely tough. You can see right there that I used his ability to be able to see the enemy, because like I said, everything is shaking and there's so much smoke. It really does help for you to be able to see that white outline on the enemy. You can see right here that I'm pressing to the left, but my legs are actually touching Pearson, so I'm moving very slowly, and I'm just worried that this dude's gonna get a shot on me, because it happens so many times. And I'm just waiting to see if I can get a good line of sight on him, because he's the last one left before we make our push. There he is. Boom. Okay, so now I'm feeling a lot more confident about the situation. Now you can get your resupply if you need it, and you can make your push. You definitely don't want to push up too fast here. I have had a guy that'll flash around the corner, not in this section, but when you turn this corner, sometimes there'll be a guy that'll just flash around the corner. You got to be ready to kill him. I think in this gameplay, I don't catch him. I want to say in this gameplay that he's not on the ground yet. He's actually jumping from the top down into the trench, which is ideally what you want, because he's not, you can catch him off guard, I guess. You can see I'm trying to see if I can get him to pop out. Because if I take any damage right now, I have to start way back at the bridge again. I have to do this whole trench sequence over again. I think he drops down right here, I believe. So he's either going to drop down right there, or he's going to be already on the ground. You got to be ready for one of those two scenarios. I'm not really sure like what causes his AI to be in either one of those positions. So just be aware that he's there. And obviously I'm using my incendiary rounds to go through here. They're great ways to get some quick kills. And when you get up here, there's going to be some dudes on your right behind some bunkers that you'll need to take out before you make a push toward the AA gun. I'll show you them right here. They're really hard to see though, especially if you've already used that ability with Pearson. You're just going to have to look for shadows and movement, because they're going to be up here to your right. And I'm going extremely slow because I do not want to repeat this entire trench sequence again. A lot of times just getting from the bridge to the trench, I was taking damage and I'd have to just restart checkpoint. It's extremely annoying. Boom, I just popped some smoke. I actually did not pop smoke to get a tactical advantage from the standpoint of trying to sneak up on them. I pop smoke because a lot of times I can see them better when I pop smoke, because the smoke gives off this white, kind of a clear vibe. And I thought maybe I could, you know, pinpoint them a little bit easier. But with all the other dust and stuff going around, the smoke was really a waste because I couldn't see them. And now I'm just really taking my time right here, man. I do not want to take any crazy damage. And I don't know if there's a dude up here or not. I think I switched to my incendiary rounds again in case he's up here. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to head up here. If he's up here, I got to be ready to just shoot him. And I can't remember if he's up here or not. Yeah, there he is. I saw his head and just blasted him. And that should be it. Yeah, that should be it. Okay, so we're going to hit up the AA gun. I'm going to let you guys watch that. Nothing to talk about here, really. And I'll pop back in for the last push, and then we'll be wrapping up this series.
Nice, Daniels! Keep on him! Got one! Keep firing! 1 o'clock! You got this, Daniels! Direct hit! Nice, Daniels! Turn left! He's going down! He's fighting you, Daniels! Got him! He's going down! 12 o'clock! Turn left! Got one! Keep firing! Our fly boys are here!
Now, once you're done with the AA sequence, go ahead and get back here, go prone behind the AA gun. You're gonna wait here for a fairly good amount of time. You wanna make sure that all these enemies are thinned out before you make your push. I'll show you the next spot I like to go to for cover. But like I say, you just want to make sure that these people are super thinned out. There's going to be some enemies. You can see right there that they're over there in the grass. You have to make sure that you've killed them all, because as you make your push, if you have not killed them all, they will shoot you from the grass. You'll be like, man, how am I getting shot right now? That's because you didn't clear them out enough. They're still in the grass, and that's where they're getting the angle on you. So you have to make sure you kind of clear them from right to left. So I made sure all the enemies were dead on the right. Now I'm kind of scooting out a bit, looking for angles for people that are on my left-hand side. And as I feel confident, I'll begin to start making my push up. Now, because I pressed to the right there for a little bit and then pressed back to the left, I was able to spawn in the next wave of enemies, which is what you want to do as well. And again, make sure that you've killed everybody in that grass. And that's kind of the first portion of this, is just making sure that everybody's thinned out enough so that you can handle it as you press forward. Your teammates are going to do some work for you here, but unlike the other sections, like I said, they will not always clear out all the enemies on that right hand side. I don't know why. It might be because of where I am on the map causes them not to kill them. It could also be maybe I press up too fast and their job is to clear out all the enemies, but because I press up too fast, they don't, and of course that gets me killed, or that will get you killed. So I'm not really sure exactly how that mechanic works. All I know is patience is the key right here, and you just want to move up slowly and slowly but surely, and you'll be able to get through this easier than you would if you just ran around like a crazy person and tried to get your kills that way. Notice that when I push from cover to cover, I stayed on my belly. I'm checking the grass again to make sure that everybody's dead over there, because I do not want them to be set up to be able to shoot me on that side. There's a first aid kit right there on the pallet as well if you need that. I'm full already, so no need for me to have it. And I guess in a perfect world, you'd want your grenade guy to be near you so you could actually throw some grenades, maybe pop some smoke, be a little bit aggressive. But I wasn't close enough to my teammate for that to happen, so wasn't able to use that trick. There are some guys I used Pearson again to have them spot them for me so I get that wide outline, and I'm just thinning them out. But we're getting very close here to making our push toward the end. You can see that the screen's shaking. There's dust everywhere. I can't see nothing. So it gets pretty wild. Teammates are pressing up now, so I'm feeling pretty good about pressing it with him. Notice though that I'm not running. I don't want to take any damage, so I'm just staying on my belly. You can of course play this a little bit more aggressive and be fine, because I think that's it. I think that when you get that prompt, rally with your squad, all the enemies are dead and they push up, there's no more enemies. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident now that that's it. And then of course, once you meet up with your squad, there's a little cutscene that takes over. And guys, that's it. That's gonna be enough for you guys to get your Distinguished Service Trophy. Just know that there is a little mini chapter after this where you have to go and try to find your old teammate. Your trophy pops after that. It's actually after the credits. It takes a little bit of time for that trophy to pop, or at least it did for me. So I'll leave that in the video, obviously, so you know when it popped for me. But that's gonna be it for this, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. You guys be good.